Welcome to the Investment Process Channel. I am C3 Christopher Campbell. This channel where we teach people how to create generational wealth through trading. Let's get into the week. It's the 16th of November, 2025. It's week 45. We're gonna go over. Excuse me. It's week 47. Is it 47? Yes, 47. So we'll go over day trading gold. This week's top scalping opportunities. I did not post one last week. I was having network issues. I could not even connect to the network. So you'll see the weekly trading plan charts that I use are a week behind, but we'll talk through what happened last week to this week. It's gonna be a little bit long this week. Okay, here is NASDAQ or NQ for the futures. As you see, again, our previous week, we had our range here. We did tap below this range. Overall, I think we still have not put in full support here. We did clean up that gap from the previous week, that gap up. You see, I have marked down here this week, and surely the price came right back into that area because there were some imbalances left. Currently, I'm not seeing a shift that it wants to continue back up, but we know overall the trend is up. So let's go out to the monthly and drill down to see where we are right now. It's the middle of November. So here we are in the monthly. I left those weekly imbalances and support levels up there. We fully come into the support level for the previous month. So the imbalance is all cleaned up. We see the monthly candle has developed its lower wick, so the lows are in for the month. Can it go lower? Absolutely. Just looking at this and looking at any other data that we see in a second. But right now, it's right at support for that previous month, not last month, but the previous month. So looks like it's ran as lows. Let's look at this weekly. So weekly support, we see it dip right into that weekly support. We can go ahead and take that off now. It's overcome by events, and there's that gap, the imbalance. Excuse me, that gap midway. We can go ahead and take that off as well. It's cleaned up now. I don't see anything else. What I do see is price did not close below this week. I believe we'll probably get a drop down and then it'll start changing structure. Now, let's go ahead to the daily. So here's our daily chart. And as we can see again, that's what I had marked out before. So right now that we're going to change it to breaker structure here. High, low, breaker structure here. It's the high. Okay. Right now, this is our range. I want us to make sure that we're noting we do have a equal high right here on the daily. And with that, we just want to be cognizant that price can potentially come back to that area. It's highly likely that it will. This is our range now from price breaking structure here after it put in support. So this support, boom. Yeah, okay, this is our range. This is our daily range currently. And with that being said, we're looking here. Reason why I had this marked out, you'll see in a second. Here's our 4 hour. Right here, we have a breaker structure, right? It came back into this area where there was that gap. And it's the second gap. You see, we had this other gap over here where the weekly gap was, where we had it. Now it developed another gap from the previous week. Now we see again here a shift in a break of structure on the 4 hour. This is where we'll probably run into that drawdown, and it'll put in support somewhere, probably on an hour. And once we see that, we're good to go. Now, mind you, I will wait till it puts in support where we get another transition right here where price break structure on the hour level, and then you can set your stop loss. However, right now we're below 50% of the daily range. You can take a buy, but respect the range. You want to put your stop loss back here. That's all I can say right now. Let's look on the hour real quick. And so see, we have on the hour right here, we have imbalance. So it's highly likely that price is going to come back into these areas right here before continuing up. This may be our support. We will see once again, probably on the hour level where price will come back down and settle. And then, we'll start seeing right side ranges, bullish right side ranges. We'll go ahead and take this off right now and go back out to the daily. So that's our plan. We're looking for some right side ranges, probably on the hour level, on the hour time frame, because that's probably as far as down I would go to look at momentum. Again, overall, we looked at on the monthly, momentum is still up. Only thing I see right now is prices just in retracement. So you should only be looking for buys right now. And right now, prices at a discount in this daily range. So that's what we're looking at. Let's go over here to ES or the S&P futures. So here we are with the S&P futures. Again, you see this was our range like 2 weeks ago. It's still kind of within that range. The previous week and last week, we revisited this area where it's showing support. Buyers are stepping in. Didn't I quite close below? Let me see here. What's the open on this? 67, 63. Hold on. I'm looking for the close. My apologies. 67, 53, 75. 67, 53, 75. And close on 67, 55, 25. So that's higher. So maybe on this may be support forming. It did not close below, there. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Again, anywhere below this 50% mark is good for buys. Again, respecting the range. Let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly and get a bigger picture and see where we at middle of November. So here we are on the monthly. Let's look at this high here, 67.56. What was our close here? 67.55.25. So it's a little bit below that high. It looks like, again, prices are running lows. It's clean up the imbalance. The monthly support is right there. Looks like we're right where we need to be. Again, if we go ahead and look at monthly overall, the trend is up, right? So that's why I said it's like it's just putting in a supporting a retracement candle for the monthly for the month, and overall for this quarter, if we take a look, we can see. I'm not going to go into that, but I mean, if you take these two candles right now, the quarter's bullish still. Even with that, the quarter's bullish. We only have 2 months in this in here, and right now we have this small area right here where we have a bullish quarterly candle. So with that being said, let's take a look at the weekly. That support came in. We can look at these two closes here, 67.53.75, 755.25, which again, that's higher. And go ahead and delete this. So I'll come by events. It's already revisited that area. So So right now I'm seeing support forming. I'm not saying that support is in, but I'm seeing support forming. Let's look at this daily. And again, we looked at the daily earlier. I think right now it's showing that. So let's put our daily range up and see where we are. All right, let's this would be our daily. This will still be our daily range down here. No breaker structure up there. This is where it broke struck. I think this is still our range. I'm looking at this daily bracket structure here. High, low. It's the lowest of the low. Yeah. I could say right here, but I'm looking at this at an equal high, revisited. This may be our range here. Because it retested. Yeah, okay. We'll work with that here. This is our current range. Of course, we want to see price break through this high and go all the way up to I have this candle, which is 69.53.75. This, what is this? It's here 69.52, yeah, 53.75. We want it to break higher than that, but that's our range right now. Price is at a discount. We have these big wicks. Looks like buyers are coming in. Let's look at the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, we see it's a little different over here. Price has already come right back into this area where support was formed. We do not have a break of structure here. What is this here? This is the close was 67.71.25. 67. 67.71. 67.71. Okay. We do have a break of structure. It's a small one, not a big one. We do have a little imbalance right here. So going to be looking on the 4 hour for price to come back into that imbalance before taking off. And here you see on the hourly, little imbalance here, little imbalance here. But we're looking for right side ranges to put in hourly support of bullish support. Okay. Not until then. And as long as you get a position below here. And again, we want to respect the low of the range for our stop loss. Any position that you grab within here and you set your stop loss back here is probably going to be a good position to have. Again, looking for those right side ranges. We have a breaker structure, so we're looking at this pullback as a potential opportunity, for entry for some buys. So that's ES. Let's go over here to the Dow Jones futures. Here we are on the Dow Jones. If we take a look here, we ran those highs that we had marked out last week. So we can go ahead and delete that. Our next one is 49,860. We see right here, price came right back into the support, even tapped into that gap from last week from that impulse up. Again, overall, we see the trend is up. We visited this equal low here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the previous week, again, I wasn't able to hop on. I had some connectivity issues with my internet. But we see we had that equal low marked off. Price revisited that area and has been bullish since and came back in and put in support. So let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly. So here we are on the monthly. We see, again, price resistance retracement. It tapped into that area we had marked off for the weekly. It's cleaned up the would have been an imbalance, but prices revisited this area, cleaned that up, put in support. We see that monthly support. The price is closed above there, so It looks like the buyers are in. It's put in that it's retraced and created its lower wick. Let's look at those weekly. Overall price is up, and had huge selling last week to this area, but at the same time, still closed bullish, even just a little bit. Still a bullish candle. That weekly support is already revisited. We're gonna go ahead and delete that. And this is our daily 50% mark range. So that has changed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily and get our range, our new range. Okay, here we are on the daily. This was our previous range. Looks like we have a breaker structure here. So we have a new range. This is our new high. We will still make this our low. There has been no support shown to set in. This is our 50% mark. So we're below our 50% mark. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So any buys in this area, and again, we want to respect the low of the range and have our stop losses back here. This is on the daily. Let's look at this 4 hour real quick. A lot of opportunity up here, some equal highs on the 4 hour. So for the Dow, I would love to see price just tick back a small amount and then take off. Let's look at this hour. I don't know. It might be ready to go. It might be ready to go. It might just take off at the beginning of the week. We'll see. We have these. This is the hour. We have these long wicks here. It may be an opportunity on the 30-minute for price to come back into that area before taking off. However, we already see we have a breaker structure on the hour. It looks like it's putting in support already. That last hour of the last week. Let's look at the 30-minute real quick. I don't see anything. Yep. Let's just look for that confirmation. Looks like we have one on the 30-minute. Let's just look for, actually, again, right now is like a prime entry. Again, your stop loss will be below here. Stop loss will be below here. Let's get this hour. Stop loss will be below here. Because to me, it's put in support. There's a small imbalance down here. That's the hour, though. If I look at the 4 hour, it's not there. That's why I say it could potentially come back into this area. But we want to see it, at least on the hour level, like put in support. And we saw it already that it has put in support. It had that breaker structure. It had this bullish close right here. So yeah. Yeah, this is a good entry, which are stop loss but below here. So it's below the 50% mark. This risk here is good. If you are really wanting to put in a good range, it would be below here, but that's what, 2-to-1. This here is a 3-to-1. You're trying to you need to see what I'm saying here. The risk to reward here within this range. It's a 3-to-1. See? So yeah, 3.5. So yeah, about 3.5. 3.5 to 1 is not a bad risk to reward. So with that being said, I would, let it play from there. So, that's the plan for the Dow. Let's take a look at gold and might do Bitcoin. Here we are with gold. Again, price, the trend is up. We had a little pushback, got an equal low down here. My overall thoughts right now, I don't know. That might be, looks like it put in support. It did not break this this structure on a weekly. Um, daily real quick. Did on the daily though. Okay. Let's look at the monthly and drill down. Here we are with the monthly. That still stands. We have a big imbalance there. Again, overall bullish. Huge wick up here for a price to fill into. It's put in as low already, which is pretty much the support of that previous month. Let's look at the weekly again. Weekly looks like it put in support. We do have an equal low. Let's just make note of that so that again things don't take us by surprise. Because if we've seen it, and we definitely don't like a lot of things on our charts, but we keep it minimum. Let's look at this daily. So I'm gonna mark our current range is this here to this here. That is our current range. We see the high is up here. Let me do this here. All right. We have that breaker structure. That's our high. Actually, I could put our low in here. That's our most immediate low. I wouldn't say here. No, actually, I can. Let me say this is our low. And we're looking at, look like it put in support right here at the high of this daily candle and it rejected from this area. Yeah, this is our range. Price at a discount again right here. Premium, price at a discount. I want to say these things correctly. So anywhere in this area to get some buys would be highly probable. So we have small area of imbalance still left on this 4 hour, even where price came from. We see how, let's look here, how price closed on Friday. Where's our open? Open for this candle was 40.83.4, and what was our close here? 40.84.4. So it closed above. There was no breaker structure. So let's look at this hour. Yeah, I don't see anything. I would not, of course, I would like to see price come back down here into these imbalances down here before continuing up. That's because the move would be larger. However, right now I'm looking at this, price may just take off. It may just take off. So anywhere you get buys down here, again, let's respect the range. So if you get a confirmation and this on an hour close above one of these candles and you set your stop loss back here, that's a good place, and that'll be a 3-to-1 over. And again, we have our higher range for it to continue to. Anywhere else, our stop loss needs to be below the daily range, right? So yeah. Yep. So, okay, let's go. We can take a quick look at Bitcoin. Do I have time? Yep, we got time. Take a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it is setting itself up. We are looking at this. I don't have my daily range, but this is the daily right now. This is the range here. Went back into this imbalance area. Looked like there's support right here at 89,615. I'd be a little bit patient. Can you short? Yes. I think right now is not a good time to short. Prices at a discount in this range. Let's look at the monthly. Here's our monthly. We see we had that imbalance. It's cleaned that up. We can go ahead and delete that. Delete this up here as well. Right now, looking at this is equal low candle on this monthly. And we see we had a mark 94,195 for our weekly. Let's take a look at that. That was our support on our weekly. Coming back down into that imbalance, and look at it tapped right there. And if if I do this, there is a small itty bitty wick. So price came right back into that support. So what I'd be looking for at this point is for it to start creating some right side ranges on the 4-hour. It'll open up at 7 o'clock tonight, or 6. And Bitcoin will probably get moving. And again, it's the futures. So I would look, even stop loss back here. Right now, this is the low. There's a little small imbalance here on the daily. I can go ahead and mark that off. Mark that out. Let's do this. So this is our daily imbalance that we'd be taking a look at for price to just come to before turning around. Again, there's a slight imbalance left. It has not shown that the low is in yet, though. It's not shown that the low is in yet, though. Here's our hourly. It's still showing a downward trend, so we want to start seeing right side ranges on the hour at least, where it breaks structure. Like here, it did not. Here it did, and came right back into this imbalance, and we saw that long wick bearish candle. Then it kind of went down from there. So, but again, if you had your stop loss right here, after you saw that break of structure, that's a good risk. Right now we're not seeing any change of structure. So 4-hour look like it's trying to show something, but wait for at least on the hour level a shift of momentum. A shift where we started creating right side ranges. Got a lot of high wick selling, high volume selling volume right here. So just keep an eye on that. I do keep an eye on volume as far as like sellers or buyers to support my entries. So that's why this is on here. Just it's up to you. If that's something you do, it's one of my 5 entry criterias. Like the volume has to be there. If I see a bunch of selling going on, is high volume selling, I won't enter. But if I see something like this where we got high volume buying, 2 reds, yeah, I'm in right here. I'm in. As soon as I start seeing it go back green. So anywho, that's our weekly trading plan for the 16th of November. We went over some day trading gold, this week's top scalping opportunities. This is the Investment Process Show. You have a great trading week.